Person of Interest is an American science fiction crime drama television series created by Jonathan Nolan that premiered on September 22, 2011, on CBS. It is produced by Nolan, alongside J.J. Abrams, Brian Burke, and Greg Plageman. It stars Jim Caviezel as John Reese, a former CIA agent who is presumed dead. He is approached by a mysterious billionaire named Harold Finch who is trying to prevent violent crimes before they happen by using an advanced surveillance system dubbed the Machine, which turns out to have evolved into a sentient AI. Their unique brand of vigilante justice attracts the attention of two NYPD officers, Jocelyn "Joss" Carter and Lionel Fusco, whom Reese uses to his advantage as he investigates persons of interest. Reese and Finch are later aided by Samantha Root Groves, a highly intelligent computer hacker and contract killer whom the Machine later identifies as its analog interface, and Sameen Shaw, a former ISA assassin who unknowingly dealt with the irrelevant numbers found by the Machine. From Season 3, the series sees the advent of a new rival AI called Samaritan, which is brought into existence by Decima Technologies. Much of Season 4 is centered on the struggle between the two competing AIs and their human agents. The series completed airing its fourth season on May 5, 2015, and has been renewed for a fifth season to debut mid-season during the 2015-16 television season. The fifth season will consist of 13 episodes. Nolan commented at the 2015 San Diego Comic-Con that, although CBS has yet to make a final decision, they are approaching the season as if it might be the final one. The series has received generally positive reception from critics, including an increase in acclaim when the series introduced more serialized storylines and its exploration of artificial intelligence. Plot: you are being watched. The government has a secret system, a machine that spies on you every hour of every day. I know, because I built it. I designed the machine to detect acts of terror, but it sees everything. Violent crimes involving ordinary people, people like you. Crimes the government considered irrelevant. They wouldn't act, so I decided I would. But I needed a partner, someone with the skills to intervene. Hunted by the authorities, we work in secret. You'll never find us, but victim or perpetrator, if your number's up, we'll find you. Season 1 opening voiceover by Harold Finch. John Reese, a former Green Beret, Delta Force operator and CIA operative, is burnt out and living as a vagrant in New York City after the death of the woman he loved. He is presumed dead. He is approached by Harold Finch, a reclusive billionaire software genius who is living under an assumed identity. Finch explains that, after September 11, 2001, he built a computer system for the government that uses information gleaned from omnipresent surveillance to predict future terrorist attacks. However, Finch discovered that the computer was predicting ordinary crimes as well. The government is not interested in these results, but Finch is determined to stop the predicted crimes. He hires Reese to conduct surveillance and intervene as needed, using the repertoire of skills he gained in the military and the CIA. Through a backdoor built into the system, Finch receives the social security number of someone who will be involved in an imminent crime, at which point he contacts Reese, without knowing what the crime will be, when it will occur, or even if the person they were alerted to is a victim or perpetrator. Reese and Finch must try to stop the crime from occurring. They are helped by NYPD detectives Lionel Fusco, a corrupt officer whom Reese coerces into helping him, and Joss Carter, who in early episodes investigates Reese for his vigilante activities. Although Reese arranges for Carter and Fusco to be partners in the NYPD early in the series, for the entirety of Season 1 neither is aware that the other is also working with Finch and Reese. Periodically, the team enlists the aid of Zoe Morgan, a professional fixer, who applies her skills to particularly difficult tasks. The series features several subplots. One significant story arc involves HR, an organization of corrupt NYPD officers who were initially in league with budding mob boss Carl Elias and later with the Russian mafia. In earlier parts of this arc, Fusco is forced to go undercover. Another important storyline revolves around Root, a psychopathic hacker who is determined to gain access to the machine. During Season 2, another organization of powerful business figures, Decima Technologies, is revealed to be attempting to gain access to the machine. Carter vows vengeance against HR after they have her boyfriend, Detective Cal Beecher, murdered. Reese and Finch encounter Samin Shaw, an ISA assassin, on the run after being betrayed by her employers. Shaw learns about the machine in the Season 2 finale and subsequently becomes a member of Reese and Finch's team. In Season 3, Carter delves deeper into her investigation of HR, eventually uncovering its leader, but she is killed. In his grief, Reese briefly leaves the team. The team also battles Vigilance, a violent anti-government organization devoted to securing people's privacy. During the second half of Season 3, Decima Technologies starts to acquire hardware to bring to life a new artificial intelligence called Samaritan, using the codes from Harold's old college classmate, Arthur Claypool. In the Season 3 finale, it is revealed that Vigilance was created by Decima to make them appear as domestic terrorists. This allowed Decima to obtain all the NSA feeds to make Samaritan operational. The machine creates new identities for the team so that they can fly beneath Samaritan's radar. The machine is an artificially intelligent mass surveillance system that is able to accurately predict premeditated violent crime by monitoring and analyzing all surveillance cameras and electronic communications worldwide. It divides those crimes based on whether they are relevant to national security. Those relevant cases are handled by the U.S. government, while the non-relevant cases in New York City are the focus of the show. Built by Harold Finch following the events of 9/11, it was originally housed in two unoccupied floors of IFD, the company run by Harold and Nathan Ingram. When Finch discovered that the machine was tracking all premeditated crimes, he programmed it to delete the personal, non-relevant cases every night at midnight, explaining to Ingram that the machine is not built to save somebody. We built it to save everybody. When delivered to the government, the finished machine was installed in a fake nuclear reactor in Washington state. During Season 2, it moved itself, piece by piece, to an unknown location or locations. And by the end of Season 4 it is shown to have distributed itself to control boxes on utility poles. An intense believer in privacy rights, Finch originally programmed the machine so that it would be a complete black box, able to provide only the social security number of people involved with the crime. While this meant that the government was not able to use it without regard for privacy, it means that numbers Finch and his associates received could belong to a victim or a perpetrator, originally unknown to Finch. However, Nathan Ingram created a routine called contingency on the eve of the government handover to access the non-relevant data. Finch is appalled that Ingram has the data sent directly to him and shuts down the routine, before reactivating it after Ingram's death. To minimize detectability, the machine feeds him numbers-encoded messages through public telephones. Within the ISA, the program responsible for the machine was known as Northern Lights before, after being leaked to the public, Northern Lights was shut down. The private technology firm Decima Technologies steals some of the machine's original code and builds Samaritan in Season 3, and replaces Northern Lights in supplying information to the government. Samaritan takes a much more active role in shaping society, and the machine and its human associates go underground, spending Season 4 undercover. Much of the series is from the point of view of the machine, with flashbacks framed as the machine reviews past tapes in real time. Over the course of the series, the internal workings of the machine are shown, including the prediction models and probability trees it uses. In the machine-generated perspective, individuals are marked by dashed boxes with different colors indicating, for example, what the person's status is in relation to the machine and whether they pose a threat. Season 4 features Samaritan's point of view, using a different UI, though some episodes jump back and forth between the two UIs. The machine in its current iteration started running on January 1, 2002, following 42 failed attempts. During the Season 4 episode, Profits, a previous generation of the machine's source code was shown on screen, which was that of the Stuxnet worm. It generated the first relevant number on February 8, 2005, following 3 years of training by Finch.